Welcome to the stage, Jed Rees. Who played Ted in Ghostbusters. And Daryl Chill Mitchell, who played Tommy. And last but not least, the extraordinarily beautiful, talented Missi Pyle.
Do you mind turning off your personal, just down low, so we can all...
I like jamming, a little jam.
Yes. Hi, everybody.
It's so nice to have you all three here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Well, we brought our friends, Thurmians, and some of them are not our friends. I thought you were dead, Saris. Yes. A prop. Interesting.
This is incredible. Thank you guys for coming.
Nice to be here.
Wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
So is this your first time to Utah, all of you?
Nope.
Nope.
No,
Utah.
we shot the
That's right.
set, scenes in outer space when we was walking. Down in Goblin Valley.
Who raised your hands if they've been to Goblin Valley?
So you saw my footprints out there. At that time I was walking.
It was valuable.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, you know, they had the helicopter, the equipment out there because you can't drive the vehicles out there. And we couldn't take no transportation there. So we had to walk 2 to 3 miles a day to set and back. So they had to put craft service out there in the desert. So I had steak, potatoes, and sand. Salad, Caesar salad dressing in sand. Bread, butter, sand. I was spitting out sand for 2 years after we shot. But I love Green River, Utah. The population of African American was 1. Didn't take long for them to know I was in town. But they were nice though. They was picking me up and bring me to the restaurant. So it was no problem. It was like, go get Jeremy over here. I love you too.
Oh, we're glad you're back.
And I went river rafting. No black people don't river raft. I was river rafting screaming, we ain't left yet.
Did you stay on the raft?
Yes. Believe that?
Congratulations.
Good job. I stayed in the raft.
Well, we do have 2 mics if the audience members will have any questions they'd like to ask. But while you're sitting there getting up to get ready to line, I'd love to ask, how did you get into acting?
Stop it.
All right, Jed.
All right, hi everyone, Jed. I got into acting. I had a girlfriend, and my mom was a stage mom. You know, she had all her girls go to commercial auditions.
You grew up in Vancouver?
Vancouver, Canada.
Thank you for telling me. Thank you.
And she thought I was FanX, was going to take me and whatever. And she said she knew this agent, and while I was in college, I could, you know, maybe make some extra money and get a small part on 21 Jump Street, because that's what we're shooting in Vancouver.
Does anyone remember 21 Jump Street?
And as luck would have it, I got an agent, and I had a couple of auditions, and I got a part on 21 Jump Street in their last season, playing a high school Satan worshiper. So there you go. And then I started taking classes and fell in love with it. That's how I got it.
I went to drama school at North Carolina School of the Arts. And I got an agent. I moved out to LA after waiting tables for 400 years. And then I got audition. It was a pager. I got paged when I moved to LA for this movie called Galaxy Quest. And I read the sides and they didn't make any sense to me. I was like, welcome to the ship or something, you know, I don't know. And the casting director said, we're having a really hard time casting this part, so I'm going to show you an audition. And I never do this. I'm going to show you another actor's audition, and it was Jed's audition for Mathazar. They all went for Mathazar. I mean, did I read for Tony? And he went like this. Like his body was like this. And I was like, I know exactly what to do. And so then I got this part, and I basically owe my career to Jed Rees.
Well, I have a very interesting story. Before I was an actor, I was a rapper. In a rap group called Missi Pyle on Uptown Records. And I met a videographer guy that wanted to be in the movie business. He wrote a movie, and he had a thesis in college. Then he turned to a script, but he wanted to update it. So he sat down with my group, and we told him how we do certain things at parties. And he wrote the stuff in the script, and he started shopping the movie with us. And the movie was called House Party. So when you ever see House Party, the movie is loosely based on my life. What happened, the production company wanted real actors, but the other brothers kept pushing for rappers. So they met with these two guys by the name of Kid and Play. Brought them in the studio, they met with them, did a little audition, it was horrible. But the trick bag, they walked them out of the office, and school had let out for lunch at the same time. The kids saw Kid and Play, went crazy, so they walked them back in the studio and told, these are our actors. So Kid and Play became me and the other guy Groove, and Martin Lawrence became Bilal, which is my real DJ name, is Bilal. So that's how the movie, people know the movie was kind of written about us. So I tell people all the time, you don't get into acting, acting get into you. I had no idea or no reason to be in acting, and that movie's in the film, what you call that? The registry, Congress, the Congressional Registry of Films, like the Gone with the Wind, and Scarface, and House Party. I was blessed to meet lovely people like this. So thank you.
We have a question.
No.
Hi, my name's Marlena.
Hi,
Molly.
I just wanted to ask each of you, what is your favorite part for comic conventions? What's your favorite part of it? Because this is my first one.
What's he about to do? Go ahead. Go this way, this way.
I really like, I'm not going to just say one thing, I'm going to say like 3 things. I like the kooky costumes. You get to see people, they let their freak flag fly. I really like seeing people's freak flags fly. I really like when you meet somebody up in person. I think that's really fun. And then I love my friends here who all dress up and support us. They're ridiculous and they're so cute. And a little better than I was in the movie, but whatever.
Still thinking?
Yeah, I can answer. I guess for me, when I come, how I get affected is in meeting fans of mostly Galaxy Quest, but of all the projects I'm in, meeting fans and seeing how it has affected them and brought joy to them and their families. And sometimes as actors, you're in a little bubble and forget that actually happens with projects you're involved in, and it makes me feel better about what I do. So I'd say that's my favorite part, but I also love all the eye candy and hanging out with my good buddies here.
So, I got asked to do this movie called Galaxy Quest. I was like, cool, whatever, go cut the check. So DreamWorks, Steven Spielberg, this is gonna be a good project. Now, needless to say, let me tell you, you can look around the room and you can see like the percentages of black people in here as opposed to white people. So it's obvious that I had no idea about Comic-Con. So imagine I'm doing this movie, right? Come to set, everybody's in this costume, and I'm sitting there shooting the movie going, what the hell is this? All right? And I'm signing the autographs, so they would cut. And I'm standing looking at all these people in costume with like, what is going on in this room? These people is crazy. Yeah, no idea. So now here I go, shoot the movie. Movie come out, everything. It took until I started doing Comic-Cons, like 3 years ago, to understand what was going on in Galaxy Quest. How about that? I'm like, and now we over there signing autographs like in the movie. I'm living in the movie. I was like, this is what it was. Even though we crashed back on the earth and got out, we didn't understand. But I love it today. Now it's like, now I'm watching all the Star Trek. I grew up on Star Trek. So I was watching Brady Bunch. But I did like Lost in Space. I love that because it was a little boy. You know what I mean? But Brady Bunch, because it was kids. Now, if Battlestar Galactica and Star Trek, they had a black person on there too. But they were grown. So I didn't want to watch them. But now, grown, I understand the concepts, I understand stories. I'm like, yeah, this is what's happening. So now, and by the way, I did fix the spaceship after I scraped it on the wall. So it's, I took it to Mayco and painted. We good.
All right, do you want to ask the next question? Get close.
So this is a question for all of you. What's your favorite kind of cheese?
I like a brie cheese. I like it a little warmed. I like it with a Grady Smith apple crisp sliced just a little bit on a baguette, toasted lightly. And if you could get me one in the next couple of minutes, that would be really happy.
I apologize in advance, but my favorite cheese is goat Gouda.
My favorite cheese, I'm gonna say this kindly, it's a cheese we used to get in the inner city that came in a box. It made good macaroni and cheese, man. Trust when I tell you, it's sharp.
It's a great question.
What'd you say? Yeah, I know that's right. Y'all know. And cheese.
Hi, Missi and Daryl. I loved you guys. I loved you, Missi, when you were on a date with Adam Sandler in Hawaii.
Oh, thank you.
And Daryl, I loved when you were Julia Stiles' teacher, and when you were in the Army with Steve Martin.
Whoa, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been watching. I love you.
So my question is, where exactly did you go river rafting?
Oh, man. Don't ask me, but that was so many years ago.
I'm only asking because my hometown has a lot of river rafting companies. And
Yeah, dude, they live out there in tents.
does Moab, Utah ring a bell?
Say it again.
Moab, M-O-A-B.
See, you think I'm exaggerating, but I think you're right. I think you are so right, bro.
Yeah.
Now I need to remember that.
Next time we go, hit up Blue Pig. It's a barbecue restaurant.
Huh?
Next time, if you decide to go down to Moab again just to visit, hit up the restaurant
Blue Pig. Y'all hear that? Remind me when y'all get on my Instagram. Just say, yo, chill. Don't forget get blue pig.
Yeah.
All right, baby, I got you. Thanks,
This
man.
movie came out a long time ago.
Yeah, what you was talking about
I
too.
remember his song.
I did 10 things I hate about you. That's what he was talking about as a teacher. I was just throwing about my class. I was cussing the students out. Like, horrible teacher. God, no. Hey, how you doing, man? What's your name?
Michael,
Michael, where you from, Michael?
from Logan, Utah, just
Yeah.
south of the Idaho border.
Good, how's your credit? Okay, all right, good.
So, this is for all three of you. I guess I want to ask a pertinent question. What is the most influential event or person that made a difference in your life? This is for all three of you.
I always like to think of like one of, because like, you know, it's kind of hard to, I mean, other than my mother gave birth to me, so that feels like the first one.
Pretty impactful.
Jed, I have a career because of Jed and his audition tape.
Missi would have had a career regardless of that, right? I would say my mom as well. My mom's the most generous person I know, and she's a huge influence on me. So yeah, there you go. Sorry to be boring. But
Mine is kind of boring too. It was my drama teacher in high school. Like, just, it didn't occur to us that we were kind of scared of him too. It was scary. He was the only Jewish man in maybe the whole state of Tennessee, Mr. Bluestein. And we just did everything he said without questioning whether or not we could do it. And there was some, like, when you don't question, you know, like, can I do that? You just elevate. And I remember going to college and thinking it was much easier than high school. It was amazing.
I would love to say my parents would definitely are, but I had the opportunity to attend an event that I thought I would never see in my lifetime. I got a chance to go to the inauguration for the first black president of the United States. But yeah, just because people I know, that's how I got it. That was different. That was different.
What did you go to the university inauguration and then did you hang out after?
Yeah, we stayed at day out.
Just you and Obama?
No, not me and Obama. We wasn't on first name. Yeah, I was there. Thank you. I know you.
You guys are seriously the reason why I came here. I was
Oh,
like, I have to come here. And of course,
thank you.
a lot of people are celebrities in Yash. So, I do want to tell you, I know I already talked to Jed and I told him this, but you know what? I don't know if you guys noticed it, but everything you do, you guys make this so important to us. This is time we're not going to get back. So the time that you spend with us and the pictures you take and the conversations you have, you are part of our lives forever. So thank you. Thank you for coming. Please come to Las Vegas too, please. So I do Las Vegas. And then Las Vegas. Yeah. So I do have a question for you, all three of you. If you could go anywhere in time and space, where would you go? Time or space?
What was the name of the planet we were from? Katu Nebula, probably there first.
30th.
Oh, no, he was from the Katu Nebula, that one with a head on a stick. But anywhere in time or space.
Las Vegas.
I love Vegas.
At the count of three, everybody say where they would go. Okay? 1, 2, 3, Big Bang.
Back to go, I'll go back in time and kick Sarah's ass. That's what I would do.
I don't know, that's such a thing.
Las Vegas, let me know.
Okay.
I'd like to go to the beginning of humanity, like just.
South Side? Oh, I would do. I just want to see the bang or whatever happened. I want to see how did this bull jive start. The chicken or the egg, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Hi. So I'm just wondering, in my house, or at least my parents' house, lines from your movie are quoted all the time in every scenario. So do you have people just randomly walk up to you and just say lines from the movie? Yeah. What's the one that gets quoted the most to you guys?
I hear them never the others. Gosh.
Well, people see that oh, you're one of the aliens who goes, we need your help.
The one that I get all the time is pedal to the metal, Commander.
I do get a lot of.
I have two quick ones if that's okay. One for Missi. Did you plan the weird kiss, like how you were gonna do it?
The what?
The weird kiss?
Oh, okay.
Exactly how you were gonna do it? You know?
Oh, well, you know, quick story, that whole thing was not in the movie. Initially, I was just going to be in a little bit of it, and then I came in one day, and my makeup artist, Bill Corso, he was like,
Steven Spielberg came to the set, and your part's going to be bigger, you're going to love interest Tony Shalhoub. And I was like, yes, because normally your part gets smaller when you get cut out. And I was like, oh my gosh. So then that happened, and I didn't know, I was so scared. And we had puppeteers underneath us holding those big arms, you know, because this is before CGI. And so I just kind of thought she would, I don't even know, I can't remember, but I remember we did that. And then we had looping ADR after where we had to do the noises. And they were like, so if you could just make some noises. And they were like, it works best if you kiss your arm. So I was like,
The second one is to all three of you. Have you had any interesting interactions with Star Trek people here?
pretty jealous of us.
Time to walk by here.
I told them that people tell us that Galaxy Quest is the best Star Trek movie.
Hi, my name is Lisa. My question is for Missi. Pussycats or skunks?
Pussycats or what?
Skunks, Alexandra.
Skunks? Are you kidding me? Ugh, gross. Pussycats, whatever. Ew, I hate that. Yuck. You suck. They suck.
That's from Jason Pussycat.
I love
They
it.
suck. Thank you.
What do you think of the soundtrack from that? It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah,
It is.
It is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out to the con. My name's Andy. Just have a quick question for all three of you. Do you believe in alien life on another planet?
How can you not?
I could not agree. There are 300 billion suns in our universe, right? I mean, we're the only, what?
I got abducted twice.
At this convention? Because those are not real aliens.
I was like, first of all, I was like, wait, how is this happening? I ain't never seen no alien come to the hood. It was a blue light, and then I saw the light, and I woke up in my room. That's all I remember. I'm telling you, I got abducted.
What was the second one?
The second one, I was going to the store, and I woke up in my room. And I was like 9.
Is this an alien planet?
No, I'm telling you, they just put me in a spaceship and rode me around, and y'all okay. Y'all get abducted, y'all gonna see.
I'm with Missi. I mean, like, there has to be other life out there. Skinwalker Ranch here, so, you know, there's that. Yeah.
I once had a woman who was like a pendulum reader, and she told me that I was from the Pleiades, and I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Well, I think all the aliens from Galaxy Quest are quite possibly real aliens, whether we know it or not.
They are real aliens for sure.
So I just wanted to thank all of you, and Missy, I loved you, and Charlie, the Chocolate Factory. That was amazing. I'm sure that was a hard character to keep up, but just like the alien.
So hard.
But I wanted to thank all of you, and Daryl, we're so blessed that you're here, and that you're awesome, and I love you to death. So thank you all very much.
We are blessed that you are here. Thanks for coming.
Hi, this is a question for Jed, and then the rest of you too. But Jed, since you originated the alien that then needed to be copied, tell me how you came up with your character, and then you kind of told us a little bit, Missy, about how you came up with yours, but I want to know just kind of how each of you developed and continued to come up with your characters.
Well, I drove my beat-up old car down to LA, and my first audition was for Galaxy Quest, and I got the script. And they said that they had gone through a round of casting, but everybody looked to, at the time, I think they said Dawson's Creek, maybe, and so I read the description and that Bob Gordon, I guess, had written, and it was, they seemed like Disneyland employees. And also in the script, they didn't understand what lies were. So I thought of that innocence of not knowing what lies were, and Disneyland employees always having a smile. They could have a terrible day, but they'd be smiling anyway. So I sort of had the conflict internally, like Osiris is going to destroy all of us, but I'll smile at the same time. And I watched the historical documents, and I'm presenting what I believe to be a human interaction. And so it kind of, like with acting, I don't know with you guys, but for me, sometimes the character just comes through and you're just a vessel and you just let it have its own life. And this was one of those roles where it just came to life kind of on its own. Awesome. So that's what happened.
We actually all got together with the director Dean Pariseau and Enrico Politoni, and I think it was Rainn Wilson and Alan Rickman was there? And then also Patrick Breen, and we got yellow legal pads and paper and pens. It was like, well, who are these people? And the idea that they were like, Disneyland employees were like children, like they were just so sweet, but they were also brilliant. Obviously, they created a whole existence based on a black and white video of a TV show, and they had everything. They were brilliant, but they also had these big bodies. They were squids, and they were giant, and they had these appearance generators. They were black and white. The historical documents were black and white, so they were shades of gray. And then, but one of the things is because we're so sweet and we big squids, when we would go into the changers, our bodies would get smaller, but we didn't know how to walk, so we watched the walk. We got it just a little bit backwards, was one of the things we decided. And then one of the other things was like that because we were so big and we'd go into these human forms, remember that we would get a little too close to people, right? Because we didn't understand spatial relationships because we were like blobbing, floating squids.
Well, I had the fortunate opportunity to work with Dean on a recent project right prior to that called Home Fries with Drew Barrymore. And
so good. If you haven't seen it, it's so good.
He figured out I was funny. So that's why he asked me to come on board with Galaxy Quest. So the funny thing is, I just had to be me. Be crazy. I had all that in-depth they had to do. That's why everything flowed in my head. I should have just gotten in, listened, pay attention, but nah, I just wanted to come and do it, just act up. So that's it worked. So that's how. But a funny thing happened. It's a scene in the movie where I break my arm. I get thrown and I'm kicking and screaming, ah! What happened, the director we were rehearsing, and he was just trying to get the movement with the camera with the person carrying me. So I knew he wasn't working, so I just started acting crazy and kicking and screaming. Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it! Didn't know he was taping it. He actually filmed that in a rehearsal and thought it was funny and kept it and put it in the movie. I stopped playing around after that. I was crazy.
I feel like we should take a moment to discuss like you and Tim, and because we were always in a room with because we were always in the room together because we were in the spaceship, and he and Tim, I mean, there were all these Thermians and all of these actors, and it's like time is money. It'd be like rolling, which means they're rolling the sound, speed, the camera's rolling, and just before action, Jill would go like fart noises constantly. I mean, it happened the two of them.
Yo, me and Tim had a thing going, like we just walk by, right? We just go like this. And he'll go, scratch. So he'll come up to me, like, I scratch. All day long, and Alan Rick will be like.
It went on it like someone farted every time.
Every day, all day. Yeah, me and Tim Allen.
It's like a 2-week longer shoot because of your fart noises.
Thanks, guys. I think we're going over here. Hi, I was just hoping to get maybe your favorite memory of Alan Rickman from set, since I know we all miss him.
I just remember everybody, as soon as they would come at lunch, we had these amazing lunches. It was ridiculous. We had this catering company called 4 Stars, and for Jed and I, it was my first big LA movie, and we were there for 3 months. We both, it was like steak, and it was amazing. Like you were going to an amazing restaurant, and all the other actors would get their lunch and go back to their trailers. You too, probably. And Tim would go to his trailer, and Sigourney. She did? Yeah. Oh, okay. But every single day he ate with us. Because he just sat with us, the Thermians, and we did every single day, and we couldn't, it was crazy. British actors just kind of are much more normal than.
Yeah, he just wanted to have conversation and be social.
He was so wonderful.
So sweet. I was new to LA. I had a play in New York that was written by Alan Rickman's roommate in drama school. And I had met him as he came to see the play in New York the year prior. And when we were doing the Thermian training school and a lot, and Alan walked in, we saw him, he was like, oh, I know you. And then we were on set and come to lunch, and I was new to LA, and I'd get some auditions, and then I'd be like, hey, Alan, I got this part, do you mind looking at it and reading it with me and helping me with audition? So he would help me with my auditions when I first got to LA, and that was a real teaching, and it was really
Alan, he was your acting coach?
All I remember is him getting all that stuff, choking around right before they say action. So they like action, because regardless though, it's a comedy, whatever, he has a process. And he sentenced me and Tim Allen like 4-year-olds. So he'd be like, could you get serious? So Tim had a thing. Tim could be way on the other side, and all you gotta say is, I'm Spartacus. And Tim go, I am Spartacus! I am Spartacus! So one day it got into Alan Rickman's head, obviously, out of nowhere, because you don't want to do that, because you'll start Tim up, because he had the English style. And Alan Rickman was like, I am Spartacus. Tim was like, yeah! I am! Yo, Alan was like, it just came out, yo, we died laughing, yo, because he get on, he get on this because we be doing it all day, and it just stuck and it just came out of his mouth. And Tim went crazy. Man, we laughed so hard, man. he really just like, oh God, yes. I love him.
So Daryl probably had it easier, but what was the makeup, issue with you two? I mean, how long,
Well, at first it would take a little while because they're figuring things out. But they got it down pretty fast. It was airbrush makeup, so they would just like do white and then go over with a little black where they needed it. We all wore wigs, so those went on pretty easily. So yeah, I mean maybe like 35, 40 minutes, and then actually that's how much time it would take. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, and then they would airbrush the sideburns on all of us to black, so we all had slightly different.
Me? Sexy chocolate. They come in, they be like, I'm just doing the same. Sexy chocolate.
We all wore wigs.
See, now I got my waves just right. And the waves going.
What was your favorite set or location to film Galaxy Quest?
We were only on, the ship was like, it was the ship. And we were on the, oh right. But the ship was, really like 2 hallways. So you go this way, and then you go back the same way, and then you go back. It was pretty.
For me, it was Los Angeles because the actual ship that we were on, they didn't want to make it look like old Star Trek where everybody go, whoa, whoa. They put these things on some rockers, like some pistons. And every day, these hydraulics, it was like, we had a safety meeting. They said, listen, do not walk outside of this thing because if you get smashed up in here, the only way we're gonna find out is when we see the blood running. This is how hard this thing, so when you seen us getting shook and rocked and thrown, one day, doing a tape, we had to stop because the hydraulics actually broke the steel frame. That's how hard this thing was. So when we was getting rocked, like when I was hitting all the mines, and they was like, and Alan, could you just not hit me? Yo, we was getting, and, it was crazy. Like, you was like holding on, like, I was like, wait a minute. We need a helmet in this thing. Yeah, it was serious. It was fun, but it was scary. That thing was knocking. Yeah. Now, we worked hard for this one. We got to make this look real.
Okay, hi, you guys. I'm Charity. So I have a question for all 3 of you, but I do want to say, Missy, I love you in dodgeball too.
This is a song.
So when you when you have a character, I know that in acting it's a lengthy process to create a character. When you have a character that's like the Thermians, or even kind of like the character you played in Dodgeball, and they seem kind of silly on paper, how do you create a character that's got such a genuine, like lovable and relatable, like heart, and something that people can relate to on screen with a character like that?
I worked with Josie and the Pussycats. What was his name? The one. Did anyone see Josie? He's with Parker Posey, and what's his name? Alan Cumming. Thank you. I worked with Alan Cumming, and I remember him saying, "You could be as big as you like, as long as it's believable. As long as it's real, you can be as." Because we all know people. You're like, how is that a real person, right? But it is real and it feels real. So I remember kind of thinking that as long as it's grounded in something. And with Dodgeball, I got the script, and it was initially she was a robot friend. she was like a robot, and then they decided to make her a woman, and the idea was like you saw her from the bottom up, and she was kind of hot, like she had a big butt, big boobs, and she was gonna be sexy, and then you saw her face, and you're like, ah! And I just done a small part in 50 First Dates, and the woman who's in that, who works at the aquarium with, what's his name, who stars in the movie, Adam Sandler, had braids on her hair and the top of her head, and she just looked like this, and she was crazy, but she was kind of weird looking, and I kind of based it loosely on her, and so I put braids on my head, and I drew in a unibrow, and didn't wear makeup, but bright red lips, and like stuffed my bra and stuffed my pant, like my butt, and I went, and I was hoping that I wasn't going to be going like into a place where I had to valet my car and go in an elevator and sign in. Fortunately, it was like, you know, a second floor. I just walked up, and I walked in the office, and she was like, okay.
That's dope.
And I got the part, so.
Thank you. Hi, I'm also an alumni of UNC and Go Pickles. Yes, my question, now that we've all established that you believe that there's other life in this universe, what show post-Galaxy Quest do you hope they get and mistake as historical documents? Such a good one.
Sex in the City. Wouldn't that be funny though? Let's see. Have to be something
That is such a tough question.
Gotta be sci-fi.
Sex and the City.
Anything you want.
Did someone say Gilligan's Island?
Those poor people.
Does anybody else have, and from the audience, we'll take it. Anybody else have an idea in their head?
Real Housewives.
Real Housewives, yes.
Well, if you was in my head, because I was like, yeah, let them come down and talk about, y'all better get on this spaceship now. God, you took that, see, you took my joke.
What's your question?
Get right, Coco Dog, Star The Undertaker.
Oh, Rusty the Undertaker. And just any of the MMA shows. It's just the world. It's how it is here on Earth everywhere.
Yes, madam.
Never give up, never surrender. I'm a big fan of Galaxy Quest, Star Wars, pickleball. What are you big fans of?
I also like pickleball. Has anyone played it? It's really fun. It's easy-ish.
How am I gonna play, huh?
You could, I mean, it's like, yeah,
No,
it'd be harder.
I play tennis.
You could play. How dare you? These people.
Oh, you can play.
I like tennis as well.
What am I also? I don't know. I'm about to become I'm about to take a yoga teacher certification for a class. I'm going to be a yoga teacher, so.
I'm coming back here and going parasailing.
Alright.
Well, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm going parasailing. They got a lot of stuff out here I want to do. I want to do skiing. I want to do parasailing.
5 minutes. Got it.
Who would you say are some of your, let me reverse that. When you feel like you're backed up against a wall, things are tough in your industry, things like that, how do you pull yourself out of that?
We do conventions. It's, you know, you get
about what we do, I think, is that there's always more opportunities. There's always going to be another script. You're always going to get another email or call saying like this project that they're interested in you for. And we're just, we're like gypsies, obviously, and we go from job to job. It's, I'm very, very mad at Daryl Mitchell for his, how many years were you on NCIS?
7.
What was the other one that you were, I walked it out.
Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear of the Walking Dead. You weren't, which one were you just a guest star on? Both?
Both.
And they made you a series regular?
Yeah.
I've done probably, before I got my first pilot on the air, I did like 10, and then I got fired from the first one I was ever in. And I've had one show that I've won 2 seasons that nobody watched. It was on YouTube. Anybody see Impulse? Thank you! Whatever, it's too late. Too late!
I got one for you. Anybody ever see the Chris Isaac show? Oh, I got 2.
What's your most obscure job? Most obscure jobs? I have a question. What's everyone's most obscure job?
It's funny, you told me about it.
I guess.
I did a couple of independents that were, I'm not going to name names, but they were not awesome jobs. Yeah. So, and it was a trying experience. Let's just say that.
I did a movie called Director's Cut. Has anyone seen it? With Penn Jillette. It was a crowd-funded movie within a crowd-funded movie. And so it was crowd-funded, so there was always crowdfunders on the set of this crowd-funded movie. And he played this guy who had crowdfunded and my character was so I played Missi Pyle and another character in the movie. And then it would be like cut, and then I'd be like, who's this creep on the set? And it would be me. And then he kidnaps me. Anyway, it's very weird.
You know, I did an independent movie with this, I can't even remember the director's name, but it was the people that was in this movie, like, it was Steve Buscemi, Jennifer Beal, and, man, I can't remember, little man. No, he played Game of Thrones. Peter Dinklage. It was star-studded, but it didn't go nowhere. And I want to say, man, there was a lot of people in this movie, man. But I mean, I think they did it for him out of favors because they did, he knew all these people, and I was just like, this is back then. They didn't go nowhere. But that was it's called 13 Moons, but it was fun. It was fun.
We have time for one more question.
Do you guys have a favorite Star Wars character?
Han Solo for me.
Tommy Weber from Galaxy Quest.
Jerome from Fifth Floor. You know Jerome?
Didn't see Star Wars.
Oh, I'm thinking Martin. No, Robert. No, I mean, who don't like Darth Vader?
I like
Darth Vader, the bomb.
There are so many Star Wars things happening right now, I'm so lost.
Darth Vader. Yeah, but it just...
Bad man.
It's a really bad man, yes.
But he was good at it.
But we're not here to talk about Star Wars. We're here to say thank you for coming, Galaxy Quest!
Come to our booth, come see us. We're there all day. We are here for you.
You are our last hope.
You are